Hello! Welcome to Amanda's home office where we sometimes get little fur babies, if you can see them over in the corner here. So I wanted to do a little segment on a little grounding work that can help you for at home if you are feeling like you're a little bit overwhelmed and feel like maybe you, like a lot of other people, could benefit from a little calming. I use this exercise, so this is actually a form of EMDR, or it's a component of EMDR for resourcing, and so this can be really beneficial and helpful. So a little bit first about what EMDR is, because that's what I still am very fortunate to be able to offer for at-home telehealth services. So a lot of what my clients have been seeing up close and personal is me, very close, so I'm still able to at least still offer that through a very close personal versus my a little farther apart length, which is probably a little bit more pleasant. But I'm fortunate to still be able to offer telehealth and still be able to offer EMDR services. So a little bit about what EMDR is eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So a little bit about what EMDR is used for. So what I am able to utilize EMDR for typically is for trauma. So what happens when the brain experiences a trauma is it stores these memories in a certain fashion to help a person to be able to cope in the moment. But what happens then is you are then exposed to triggers, whether those are in-person triggers. So for instance, if you are in a car accident, then you may be exposed to that in-person trigger by being exposed to where you experienced the car accident, or just by simply being in the car. So an emotional trigger, though, may also happen for people who have experienced long-term trauma. So you may be in a fight with your husband, but I'm sure that never happens to you, because it never happens to me. But so an emotional trigger may be, ooh, this feels similar to something that I felt before. I feel this in my body. So our bodies really remember things. So that sensation is an emotional trigger. So that situation is not the same. So you may be in a very healthy relationship, but you have an emotional trigger. And so you might respond in a way that doesn't match the situation. So EMDR really helps to process those memories that are kind of locked away in a special way that's really productive in the moment of trauma, but not long term. So you may think, I've put that away, I'm healed, or I'm doing really quite well, but you can recognize there's times in your life where things still pop up. So what EMDR is, so the eye movement is, so eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So the eye movement is actually eye movement. So what I do in session for people who utilize the eye movement is, I'm just having you follow my hand. It's usually a lot faster than this, but for the purposes of a video, it's a lot slower. For people who cannot do eye movement, because of course it is not for everyone, I am able to do tapping. So some tapping might happen, some tapping on my knees, by the way, which you cannot see in this video. But another form, which is what I will show you in this video, which is the resourcing, is a butterfly tap. So I'll get to why this is helpful, but I want to kind of finish on EMDR, which I'm very passionate about. So the way that EMDR works is it helps to reprocess these memories, and it helps to take them out of that memory, how they're stored in an unhelpful way, and process them and kind of put them back in a productive manner. So the memories don't go away, they're still there. You still have these memories, they're just put back in a really helpful, productive way, so that you're not experiencing distress and triggers. So you still might have slight triggers. Some people have no triggers, the memory doesn't bother them anymore. It can be very intense therapy, really a hard therapy, but it's very useful therapy, and I really highly recommend it. It's not for everybody, it can be really difficult, but your therapist, who might be me, or whoever else you might be seeing, will really assess for your appropriateness for EMDR, which is really, really recommended that your therapist assess for your appropriateness. So why you're here is resourcing what might be helpful right now. So a lot of people are experiencing, as we talked about, high-end anxiety. You might be experiencing grief right now. So you might be experiencing loss of things, loss of income, loss of stability, loss of that vacation that you really wanted to go on, and you're really upset about it. And you are so valid in that. Yeah, me too. I was supposed to go on a vacation and I'm really pretty upset about it. But, or for instance, students are losing their graduation, so there's just a lot of hurt right now. But the anxiety is that unknown, right? Is that feeling of, when will things be okay again? When will I have financial stability? When will things feel okay in the world again? So when you're feeling that heightened anxiety, that heightened distress, here's something that you can do. So the butterfly tapping. So what you can do is just some good old tapping. So for some people, they have a hard time with this because it can feel restricting. If it does feel restricting, some helpful things you can do are go for a walk in your neighborhood. If you can't walk, try to get outside. If you can go for a run, if you can get some physical activity, do those things. If you can do some coloring, do some journaling, those are some really helpful things. But the way that this works is it's nice and calming. And so this helps to stimulate your brain to just kind of calm down. So think about when we sway with babies and we rock them. So it kind of signals to the brain. It's a nice calming activity, so it's mimicking that. And so what we want to do is help to de-stress. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed, a little bit stressed, nice slow, make sure you're doing slow. For processing, we would do a lot faster. And so just make sure it's nice and slow. So there is your helpful information on what you can do. I really encourage nice deep breathing while you're doing that, because that sends signals to your brain also to bring it down. So this portion of your brain has turned off when you're heightened, so we want to bring that back online. You can do some deep breathing, some butterfly tapping, nice slow, calming. You can do this with your kids as well. Teach your kids butterfly tapping. Slow, repetitive, and you can also teach your kids mindfulness. You can Google a lot of mindfulness. You can do those kind of interchangeably. I really encourage a lot of mindfulness, that really kind of in tune with your body, being in the present moment. So there's butterfly tapping, brought to you from Amanda's upstairs therapy office. So let me know if you have any questions. We're still here to help you. We really want to help our community out. That's really important to us right now. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you very up close and personal. And we just really appreciate all we're able to do for you. And let me know if you have any questions on what EMDR is, or how I can help you with some more grounding exercises. So I hope you're having a great day. Thanks.